Good, sir. How are you doing? You prepared to be asked about your golf trip coming up in the summertime with Coach Altman. 'Cause it was brought up,
Did he
so-
bring that up?
Yes, sir. All right, so once again, we're joined by head coach Lon Kruger and the student athletes, Buddy Hield, Isaiah Cousins, Ryan Spangler, Jordan Woodard, and Kadeem Latin. We'll open up with a statement from Coach Kruger and then open up to the questions to the student athletes only, please. If you have a question for an individual student athlete, we'd really appreciate it if you direct it to an individual or I will pick for you. All right, Coach, the floor is yours.
Delighted to be here, of course. Again, I've said many times, don't take this opportunity for granted. Want our players not to take it for granted. It's a special time. When we play again, there'll be 8 teams left with a chance, and this group's been special. Couldn't be more proud for them. Couldn't be happier for them. They've earned it, and they deserve being here. And we're lining up against a really, really good team tomorrow. Coach Altman does as good a job. I think he and Coach Self deserving of the Coach of the Year nationally. I think those two teams have been playing the best, and his team is very, very good and playing very well. And our guys understand that and respect that, so looking forward to the challenge ahead.
Okay, we're going to start right here in the third row, please.
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. I'd like to ask you 4 veterans that have played together so long. You guys have had a great career, done a lot of things. What would making a Final Four with these guys that you've played with so long, what would that mean to your career and how you might look back on Oklahoma 20, 30, 40 years from now?
Let's start on this side and work our way down.
It would mean a lot. You know, it'd be special. You know, me, Isaiah, Ryan, and Jordan, you know, Kadeem tagging on would be a huge help for us too. But just, you know, we ride and we fight all together. So I think ending on a good note would be special for us.
It would be special, like Buddy said, just to be able to go to Houston, cut down the nets, and just play another ball game, play another week, lasting here in this tournament. Just playing with these guys, they're great, and just have fun.
Yeah, I think, you know, just to end it out on a good note, like they said, just playing with this, you know, it's a special team, and you know we've been through a lot together, so it'll be good to, you know, end it right.
Like they said, you know, we've had our ups and downs, and we've been through it all together, and we've all worked pretty hard, and so, you know, I want to fight with these guys until the end.
Myron, go ahead.
Martin Patton Fox, Ryan and Buddy, I mean, there's any concern with the fact that every game is such an emotional win, and they kind of build on each, that you get emotionally spent. I mean, you made the Elite Eight a step further than last season, but you're not done. Any concern that you come into a game where you're just emotionally spent because every win is so big?
No, I don't think so. I think, you know, we were happy last night, and we're still happy, but we forgot about it last night, and we moved on to tomorrow, and yeah. So no, I don't think so.
Buddy?
We just can't, you know, we can't get too caught up in everything. But you know, the coach always says every time you get a win in a tournament, you got to be happy and be special because these wins don't come easy. So you know, be happy now, but you know, we have a big game tomorrow, and sure there'll be a lot of emotions going on, but ready for the fight coming up.
We're going to go here in the third row, please.
Joey Helmer, OUinsider.com. For Kadeem, how much has the grind in the Big 12 this year helped you with the grind that you guys are going through in the NCAA tournament?
I mean, the grind in the Big 12 is helped a lot. The Big 12 is one of the toughest, if not the toughest conference in college basketball. So it really taught us to kind of fight, and it threw a lot of different styles of basketball teams at us. So it really helped us to grow.
Right here in the fourth row, please.
Garen Amick of the Tulsa World. Buddy, you got a chance to meet with Kobe last night, I guess, after your game. What was that? Did you have any kind of conversation with him when you were hanging out there in the stands?
Yeah, he's the bean. I can't tell you what he told me, but no, it was nothing serious. But I'm just happy I got to meet him. He's one of my idols I grew up watching, one of the guys who I looked up to, and I try to mimic his birthday kicks. So I'm just happy I got to meet a guy like Kobe, and he just said it was a couple of words of encouragement.
Could I follow up real quick? Can you give us an idea of how big an influence he was on you when you were a youngster?
Oh, he was a big influence. That's all I do. Every time I got a computer or got hold of an iPod or something, I go on the internet and just watch Kobe Bryant. That's all I know. So just watching him make me believe, and it helps me to motivate me a lot. So, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be in play basketball as a competitive level now, because I just want to be at the level he was at when a little kid.
Going right here in the fifth row on the aisle, please.
Karen Kraus, New York Times. This is for Buddy and anyone else who would like to tackle it. Do you look at in this one and done era, do you think you guys are changing perceptions that maybe, do you get any sense that people out there are looking at like, oh, well, maybe there is some value to sticking around and playing more than 1 year at my school? Or do you think you guys are just a special group of guys?
I can go with both. I think we're a special group of guys, but if guys are capable of doing a one and done, and I'm all for it. You can't control it, but you still can come back to school and develop your game and get better. So it's wherever the guys prefer. If they're struggling with their families and need to go, it's best for them. But I spent 4 years and I got better each year, and I was under a great head coach, so I was able to learn.
Anybody else want to comment on that? Okay. We'll go right here, Myron, please.
Kind of follow up on that, buddy. I remember last year at your press conference, you said you really came to the decision to come back like a few minutes before you came and talked to us, the press. You look back on that now. Are you amazed how things have worked out for you? Because obviously you made the right decision in coming back, or did you kind of feel in your heart that, yeah, this will be in the long run the best thing for me?
I just kind of feel in the heart like it would be the best long run interest for me, and I talked to Coach and Coach Crutch, and they had some key points in me staying back, and it was only smart, and I got a lot better. I worked hard this summer, me and Isaiah. He's working out together, so he pushed me and I pushed him. So, I just turned the table coming this season.
Go right here in the third row, please.
Yeah, Kadeem, you're not really the outsider in this group, but you're the one that came on last. When you look at these guys, the chemistry they have over playing together 3 years, never missing a game, how does that tangibly show up in a game? When somebody says that they got good chemistry or they play well together, what do you see that is proof of that?
Well, I believe that all five of us have really good chemistry. They just kind of played way more games together than I did, so I had to catch up quick. But these guys we know each other like back and forth. We know where we want our shots, and we know how to get each other really good shots. And that all comes from a sense of familyhood. We start off as brothers in the locker room, and it just transcends to the court.
Any further questions for the student athletes? Go ahead, Myron.
Jordan, Isaiah, Buddy. One of the things I think makes you guys really good is that, yeah, you can shoot threes, but you can also take people off the dribble. But they got a really good shot blocker, or shot blockers, Oregon does. Does that at all alter how you play, or you feel still confident that your game will translate?
Jordan, why don't you start?
Yeah, we just have to be aware, of great shot blockers. We go against shot blockers in practice every day with our bigs, so, we just got to use that to our advantage and just stay aggressive and make plays for other teammates. That's what Coach has been preaching about.
Isaiah?
As Jordan said, just make plays and really use the shot fake a lot and try and trick him out. Draw a couple of fouls early on the shot blockers and just really moving the ball and just looking for Kadeem or Spang and Buddy and Jordan just get hot.
Buddy?
Like following both of them said, just we've been playing with shot blockers all season, so if they're willing to commit, we just find an open guy and or go into their body and then try to create a foul.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Last call. All right, thank you, gentlemen. They'll be heading over to the breakout rooms. We'll give everybody a second to get assembled. Breakout room 1 will be Buddy Hield. Breakout room 2, Isaiah Cousins. Breakout room 3, Ryan Spangler. Breakout room 4, Jordan Woodard. Breakout room 5, Kadeem Latin. Give everybody a second to get settled. Again, I'd like to encourage everybody in the back of the room, if you want to move up front, it's a lot easier to see you, and more likely I will call on you first. Otherwise, it's a little bit like school. We're going to start right here in the third row, please.
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. Lon, Oregon's likes to play fairly up-tempo and get with it, a lot of pressure and that kind of thing. We're going to see an Oklahoma-Iowa State type of game with a lot of possessions, a lot of back and forth.
Could be because both clubs prefer the pace. They prefer the tempo. We certainly are better when we're able to go. I think they are too. They do a great job, whether it be off a block shot or a turnover or a quick shot, of transitioning the other way. We feel like our best transition comes from those same opportunities. So similar clubs in that way. Both like to think that we're working hard to stop people on the other end too, but still prefer the tempo to the game.
Myron?
You enjoyed last night? Do you talk to your guys, let it go, the game, or do they just know that because they're seniors?
A little bit of both. Really, proud of what they did last night. Very happy for them because, again, games at this point, any point in the tournament, are hard to win. And to be one of only 8 when we play again is very special. So appreciate, again, what you did, what you accomplished, and understand that you got to do it again and you got to do more. We don't get any head start next game because we did something well last night, nor does Oregon. But the guys understand that. They've been through a lot of these big games, not ever at this point in the tournament, but they know they've got to refocus, and they really respect how good Oregon is and how well they're playing, and know that we'll have to do things a little better on both ends to have a chance to win.
Barry?
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Lon, a minute ago, Dana was up here, and he talked about how much you'd meant to his career and how you'd sort of jump-started him in the business. On the other hand, I reminded him that, he helped jumpstart you getting Mitch Richmond to Manhattan. Which one of you guys have been more beneficial for each other?
Well, it's been mutual for sure, certainly from my perspective, because he's been fantastic from the day one on campus back at Kansas State. Very knowledgeable, great rapport, relationship with the players, clearly understood what it took, had a presence, had a demeanor about himself that you could tell he was going to be a great coach, and he's done that. He had a great run at Creighton and Kansas State, then Creighton, and now just a terrific job at Oregon.
We're going to go right here to Joe, I think it is, in the third row, please.
Joe Helmer, OUinsider.com. Coach, obviously you've changed the program tremendously since you took over, but what would it mean for you and for this program to win this game and go to the Final Four?
Going to the Final Four is special. You think down through the years, there really haven't been, when you think about all the teams that have done it multiple times, there's really a limited number of teams that have done that. So, and it would be most special because of what this group of seniors and older guys have meant to the program, to the culture around the program. They're the ones that have changed it. Their work ethic, their sincerity with regard to each other and the community and the university. We've just not had a bad day in that respect. And they're fun to be around. They love to play. They're in the gym all the time. We've never scheduled an individual workout with this group because they're there all the time anyhow. So it's pretty good when you go to the court and not have to talk about getting up extra shots or playing with enthusiasm or playing for one another, because this group does that naturally. So that's a good jump start on what we're trying to get accomplished.
We're going back here on the left.
Hey, Coach. Kate Heropoulos, Dallas Morning News. There's at least 2 Big 12 teams in the Elite Eight, possibly 3 with Iowa State. Does that provide any needed validation for the strength of the conference?
It really doesn't hurt because the last couple of years we haven't validated it in the postseason, and we've been, thought of ourselves anyhow as the best conference in the country. Other people have probably thought that about their conferences, but the last 2 years it's been great. I think this year is better than the previous 2 from quality and depth of teams. So yeah, having success in the postseason I think helps the conference, gives us a little bit of a point to work from anyhow in terms of discussion.
Myron, go ahead.
How much easier is it to scout a team that kind of plays similar to you because the turnaround is so quick from last night to Saturday?
Yeah, and I've watched, just because it's Dana's club, I've watched them every time, they're on the West Coast and get to catch those games that start at 10 o'clock at night. And so I've watched them a lot on the season. Never really from a scouting perspective as much as just cheering them on. But they are similar. I think our clubs are similar in a lot of ways. They look for mismatches. They look for isolations. They look to attack opportunities much as we do. And they do it very well. They go to the boards probably a little bit more aggressively than we do. That's an area of concern. Both clubs like getting out in transition, so we've got You got to do a good job there, trying to get hours, trying to limit theirs. But they're really good. They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch and have been easy to cheer for up to this point.
Right here, please.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Going back to the four guys streak of starts, 103, it's probably not incredibly unusual to have four starters who have been together 3 years, but to never missed a game, never been suspended, never get hurt, never do anything. I mean, just the consistent showing up of those four. How rare is that?
I would think it probably has never happened before. I mean, I think it's probably that rare to have four guys, 103, and think too that the very few number of practices they've missed. You know, whether they come out of a game a little bit, you know, gimpy ankle or sore back or something, that even hasn't happened. They've missed a very few. Probably count on one hand the number of practices. Maybe two hands the number that all four have missed in the 3 years. So I think extremely rare. Alex Brown, our trainer, Bryce Daub, our strength guy, do a fantastic job. They want us to talk more about that, because they've done a great job with it. But again, guys, they like playing. I think again, if you didn't like playing as much, you'd probably take more days off of practice. But they don't even think about doing that. So I think it's very rare.
Right here on the left, please, in the fourth row, or excuse me, fifth row.
Austin Meek with the Register Guard in Eugene. Lon, you and Dana both coached in a lot of different places. Can you recall any conversations you had when either of you was considering a career change, or maybe any advice you ever gave to Dana about finding the right fit in a program?
We talk all the time. So certainly when opportunities have come up, we've bounced different things off each other, me off of him, and maybe him occasionally off of me. But sure, yeah, I mean, we're in the business, we've got a handful of coaches that are best friends, and certainly Dana's one of them, without question. So we talk all the time. We probably talk every 10 days or so during the conference or during the year, and congratulating each other on good wins, texting each other more often than that. So we talk all the time.
Right here, please.
Ryan Cartier, Orange County Register. Coach, aside from just him being the coach of Mitch Richmond, what did you see in Dana Altman when he was first coaching at Moberly?
All the things we've talked about. Great relationship with the players, great feel for the game, the X's and O's, fun guy to be around, easy guy to cheer for. Again, just fit very well. And again, I think anytime you watch teams play and you see the relationship that the coaches have with the players and the attention they demand without really demanding it, I think it comes very natural to Dana, and he's been outstanding.
Go ahead.
Lon, you've been to a Final Four in your career. Dana hasn't. Is there anything that changes for you as a coach when you get there?
Certainly, I don't know that you can fully, have that perspective of being in the Final Four unless you've been there. So that changes. Maybe an appreciation for how tough it is to get there, how satisfying it is for the players and staff and everyone involved. The memories that kind of that '94 team at Florida. When we talk to anyone associated with that program at that time, it's obviously a bond there that wouldn't be there if we hadn't been there. Going to the Elite Eight is special too, but Final Four is just a little bit different than the Elite Eight for sure.
Any further questions? Last call? Oh, okay, we got one more. Please go ahead right there.
Richard Kroom, Bryan College Station. Coach, both teams have starting lineups that they've put down, penciled in all along. Can you talk about maybe Bell and James, who coming off the bench, what difference they could make and how similar they are in making a difference for their team?
Well, they're just very good. They don't, like us, we don't play 10, 11 people, nor do they. But I think the quality of people coming off the bench is, even though their abilities may be a little bit different, they still contribute in key ways. So knowing personnel in this game is extremely important, I think, from our perspective anyhow. Knowing who's driving, who's shooting, who's what the strength is of each player. Both clubs, again, there's so many broken situations, there's so many mismatch opportunities that each are looking for. I think knowing the strength of the personnel is extremely important.
We're going to go in the fifth row right here, and then we'll go to Myron again.
Thanks.
Lon, apologies if you've been asked this already, but Dana was telling us about your upcoming trip to Scotland. First, do you guys have any plans for that? And have you guys taken a trip together before?
Oh, we've taken trips, golf trips together for sure. No, we're doing that. I guess regardless of what happens tomorrow, I still plan on doing it. I hope he does too. No, it's we've done a lot of golf trips together and golfing opportunities together. So, yeah, again, nothing changes about that.
Who's got the better golf game?
Oh, he does. He's tough. He's tough.
Myron, go ahead.
It seems as though you've gotten more comfortable with your bench the last 2-3 weeks. You get him in early in the first half, and of course Christian James has done some nice things for you. You feeling better about those guys?
We are, yeah. We feel much better about him. Christian especially has stepped up there and had, out of our last 3 or 4 ball games, had a couple, 3 really, really good basketball games. Dante's done a nice job. Jamani stepped in there and done a really good job. I thought he and Kadeem last night, David's such a handful inside. I thought they battled him, pretty hard. He still got away from us a few times, but they both made him work to get his points, which he can do. But, yeah, like what our bench is doing right now, probably better than at any point during the year.
Any more questions? Last call? All right. Thank you, Coach Kruger. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.